Today I'm really excited because I got a request to do an outdoor trick-or-treat table. So a table that you would drag out, you either put it on your porch or you put it in the driveway so the kids can come up and get their candy. So a lot of people, some people dress up, some people don't, but this is just a cool way to get into the spirit, but not have to decorate your whole house, just kind of have one table set up. When I do these things, I try to go to one store or as few stores as possible, and I try to make it as user-friendly, like as easy to duplicate as possible. So this time I went to At Home, and you know how I told you some weeks back that you're gonna have to shop ahead of time this year due to, limited of everything? Well, it happened. So by the time I got there to do this table request, there were 3 tables. When I went, I believe it was the end of August at Home, they had rows upon rows upon rows of Halloween decor. And this time they had 3 tables. And they're fairly large tables, but they were in the center aisle now. So that tells you, you had to have space to get by. I shopped what they had. I stuck to a black and white theme. I really like that theme. I just feel like it is so timeless and classic. You can add color through light. You can add color through other pieces. But this is almost like your wardrobe where you have those basics that you just have to have, and then you can add around it and, create so many different looks. It's the same way with this. Since I'm more minimalistic, I try to do the basic items like that. And then every year, sometimes I like purple, sometimes I want orange, sometimes I want green, whatever. You add all of those colors to it through the lights or through other pieces. It's just a great base to build off of. So I went that route. And the only other store that I had to go to was Walmart, and this was for the spider webbing. They were completely out at Home, so I went there and found it. I think it was like $1.25, $1.50. So one bag will go a long way. So I am going to go ahead and get off of here and start building this tablescape. Just got back from shopping and I can't wait to show you what I got to set up our little spooky outdoor Halloween. The first thing I picked up was this checkered spill-proof tablecloth, and I got this for my base. So this will be what I put over my table. For this, I'm actually going to be using my dining room table. As you can see, I do not have a folding table. I have loaned it out, so I will not be able to do this outside, but I think the lighting's gonna be pretty good in here for it anyways. And I did wanna plug in some stuff to show you. The reason I went with black and white check, my entire theme is actually black and white, and I'll go into that a little bit later. But I picked up the black and white check because this is something that can be used throughout the year. This is not just a spooky throwaway Halloween one. This is one that you can wash up after Halloween, store, use it for Thanksgiving. This could be even used during the summer. Like, this is a very versatile piece. So I picked up this one. The next piece I picked up, this one was really cool. This one definitely caught my eye. This is like an accordion style mirror. So it comes out like this and it'll sit on your table. And I thought what was really cool about this, it's got the details of the skulls on top, and then just the pretty mirror here, as you can see me recording through there. But this I loved because it stores very, very tight. This could be used indoors. And I also thought outside for this table would be really cool for one night. So you can put it in here. And what I was thinking was just a little, everything that we got is going to like flicker and have light because it's night. So I thought the lights would reflect really well off of this and kind of make it look a little more of an upscale scary. And I also thought it would be cool to put the candy dish right in front of it. So if you have some scary music going, and kids are always afraid, at least I was, that something was always gonna pop out at me. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to spook them a little bit as they reached in, just with their own reflection of their hand when they're busy doing something else that might catch them off guard. So I thought that could be kind of a fun little thing. I also picked up the candy dish. So this one, again, I went with that black and white. This was also at home. So far, everything has been from at home. And I love this. It's like a little raised white spider. So this would be really cool as a candy dish outside. This would also be cool as an indoor candy dish if you're having any kind of party. This would be a fun, again, I think it looks a little more upscale. So it makes Halloween, if you're hosting a party as well, it makes it look really a little bit more high end. The next thing I picked up was this cute witch's brew. It's just a wooden piece, tabletop piece that will sit if you layer, but I thought this was cute. Again, versatile, that black and white. I'm really liking that theme. The exterior of my house is black and white, so this would look really cool in front of it. But it's also, to me, timeless. So if you do black and white this year and you buy all these pieces, then next year you can add purple, you can add orange, you can just kind of build off of this. But these pieces are going to go with everything, which is, to me, a really big deal. If you're going to invest, none of this stuff is super inexpensive. At home is not the lowest, cheapest place you can go, but it's also not the most expensive. So I tried to get kind of middle of the road, and then you can pick and choose. And then these are pieces that you buy, you treat well, you store, and you use again, and you just continually build off of it if you want to. I am more of a minimalist, so having the items, I want stuff that packs very tightly and small, and I want stuff that looks very simple and upscale, and I can use it either for a party or for the table, and then I can put it away in a small closet and then just go from there for next year. And if I ever want to add, say, purple, I could add purple next year and have a totally different look. These were really cool. This is actually wax. This is a candle. So I thought this was such a really cool use. It's a 3.6-inch black skull candle. Here's the wick right here. So this is just another way to get that spooky, and he would look kind of cool as he was burning down. I personally would probably just wrap them and store them and not burn them, just because I think he's really cool the way he's molded out. But I purchased this for layering. And then I found this as well, which I thought was great. I am afraid of snakes, so the fact that this is in my possession is saying something, and I'm kind of getting creeped out. But this is what looks like one of those books, like an old book, but of course it is actually a storage box. So this would be really cool to have out and have, even if you had it on your front entry table and you stored your keys inside of here or anything like that during the Halloween season where you don't see what's inside. So it would be a great place for storage. And on the table, this would just be a very cool layering piece. But again, works indoor and outdoor for the party. Everything I'm saying works outdoor. This, of course, if you are getting rain that night, you're gonna have to put a tent over, you know, like one of those canopies over. None of this is really rated for outdoor use, but it would definitely work. I shouldn't say none of this because some of my larger pieces are. Okay, these are really cool. I've already got them plugged in. We've actually had these for a while, but they're little tiny skulls, and it's just like Christmas lights, but it's skulls. So these are fun. I'm gonna add this to my table. And then you could also use white lights if you didn't have the skulls. You could use any kind of white Christmas light, or of course they sell just the black strains, and they sell it with purple or orange if that's the way you wanna add your light. This guy I thought was super cool too. I love that he's a pumpkin, but he's also a skull pumpkin. So it's like a layered effect. You can see the depth here. Very cool. This is an outdoor piece, and it also lights up. So this is battery operated, so he glows from the inside. So this one's very cool. Right now I don't have batteries in anything. So here is another scary outdoor piece. Very tall, very heavy. It can be left outside on your front porch. It's a really good versatile piece that'll stay around. It is resin though, so put it somewhere where it's not gonna break, of course. But this is the only piece of the largers that do not have lights. And then I bought, of course, everybody has to have this. I bought one bag of the spider webs, and I did have to pick this up at Walmart because At Home was totally sold out. So I made a special trip to Walmart for that. I do think it just adds a whole creepy layer. It just, again, elevates that table. Here's the big guy. I bought this guy. He is more of like a plastic, and he does plug in. So he plugs into just your regular outlet. So he is really cool. He does have some marks on him, but I still thought he was super cute. And then my daughter already had, of course, some of these baby spiders that are sparkly. So I will try to dig in her thing and see if we have any more of these, but it definitely gives you a cool spooky vibe already without me even setting this stuff up. Okay, so I'm gonna do some footage of me setting this up, and then we can discuss. There it is, the final black and white Halloween table setup. You can do this inside or out, but this was a request for an outdoor table when they come up to trick or treat in your driveway. So this again, some of the stuff is not it's wood. So if it's raining, you would need to put a canopy up. If you do put a canopy up, you could actually go, I still have a ton of the webbing available to use. So if you had to put up a tent, if the weather's not great at your place, then you can stretch that all around the tent too to make it even look. Just make sure you leave a path because that gets on you and it just goes, especially your rings and earrings and all the kids' hats and accessories, they'll end up pulling it. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any more questions on how to set up a table or tablescapes for the holidays, I love to do these. This is so much fun for me, and I'm trying to make sure that it's very easy and able to duplicate for y'all. So I do a lot of layering, and the lighting in this one is very important because of course it's dark outside and it adds to that spooky element. So if you did this and you threw on some spooky music, you would definitely have some kids who were a little afraid to come up, which I think is perfect. But again, it's classic, it's classy, it'll work indoor or out, and it'll last for years to come. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Happy Halloween. Bye.